Alright, I'll start with the walk around video. I have the street behind me, so it's a little loud, but front end. Driver's side. Rear. Passenger side. Alright, so just looking at the car, from a distance, the car looks almost perfect. I mean, white hides a lot. I'll go a little into detail about any sort of damage it might have. I'll start with the front bumper. There is some, I guess those are just maybe rock chips. Nothing bad. The headlights, they're not cloudy. I'm still gonna probably try to polish them to see if I can get them like perfect. But there's no pressure cracks, anything standing out. There is a license plate frame in the trunk. We'll have to put that on. This black is kind of faded there, and the grille is also faded. It's kind of like a gray. I do believe the entire car has been repainted, but it's a quality paint job. Now, I don't look at a lot of Hondas, and I have seen online randomly on a YouTube video that the way the Hondas were painted is different than like your typical, like I think the clear and the paint, it's mixed together. I'm not exactly sure. So I believe it's been repainted, because if you look here, there's chips there, but I don't know, like I do see like white taped around here. I don't know if that's just painted over time or faded over time. I'm not exactly sure. But going with the front fender, passenger side, there's nothing noticeable here. There's paint chips there. The bumper lines up fine, I think. Here it's a little, the rear bumper's a little worse. I'll show that. And then if you go down the side, right about here, hold on, in this area there is a ding that maybe was pulled. It's not so bad. And then down the fender, or the rear quarter also, it has a crease about right here. I don't know if that picks it up, but other than that, this has been repainted here. It was scuffed, and it's not that great. It was just touched up. They didn't do sanding and primer and made it look nice. It's kind of poor. That's about it for there. Oh, I did see in the picture I sent you, the flap is maybe the bracket was broken and they just zipped it up. I don't know. Mirror is scratched up and just touch paint there, so that could use a respray. Other than that, the mirror looks good. The wipers, we're actually going to paint that, because I mean they're completely rusted out, so we're going to take those off and paint it for you. Both of them are the same. Front glass, the roof, I didn't see any blemishes on there. I mean, the paint looks perfect. This black plastic piece has been completely sun faded. You can see that. So that could use a respray. Spoiler, there's no damage on that. And I'm gonna point it out. See if you can't really see the crease there, which is good. And chip there. So like this I mean, it doesn't look like it lines up good to me. I don't know if you saw that, but there's an ant there. It's screwed, but it looks like there's not a mounting point up there to make it line up better. So it looks like there's only a screw here. I can't really see in there. Rear bumper, there's no pressure cracks. Yeah, that was nothing. It's all factory spoiler. I mean, factory exhaust, sorry. This looks really good. I'm thinking about changing this one with the hood, because if you look at the hood, this one's all faded out. It's almost white. There's just a little bit of red right there. This one's a little chipped up. It's not as bad as the other one. And going down this side, the driver's side, again, the front fender, there's no issue. This door still has one little ding that maybe was pulled. It's right here. See, you really can't even see it, but this quarter is actually a lot more beat up than the other one. Here, here, here. This is the worst. I mean, because that is dented and paint chipped, and it's been touched up. But that seam, you can see that right there. That seam is dented, and then there's this here also. The other one looks like it's been pulled out here. Yeah, you catch that there, but it's not, oh yeah, you can see it, but it's not as noticeable as these. That's pretty much it for the outside. There's faded trim here. We're thinking about getting some rubber paint to do that. That's on both sides as well. That way, when you get it, it at least looks good. There's a chip here, but the rear trim looks good. See, this is what makes me think it's been repainted. I don't know if that's just caked up like polish over time. I'm not sure. But if it's been repainted, then it's an excellent paint job. I mean, there's no orange peel in it at all. Probably factory, I'm not sure. Oh, my shadow. All right, so I'm gonna talk about the engine bay before I do the engine start. I have showed you the video. The underside of the bonnet was completely black. I mean, it's like they have never once, you can see it here. Like that black there. And this firewall, it's like the engine has just never been cleaned ever, as well as the interior. So, I mean, you can see now it looks like, you know, a fresh paint. Valve cover, it's not chipping or flaking, but it's sorry, the sun is kind of bad right now. You can see how dirty it is in here. I did try to clean it a little bit. It did come up nice, so it's not as noticeable. Manifold cover is rusted. There is that little seepage for oil here. That's the only like flaw that I can see, but we had the car sitting inside for a couple of days and nothing is dripping. So just that either seal or gasket's gonna have to be replaced. Everything is factory outside. The engine, the battery, there's no rust or corrosion on the tray. The strut is clean. Looks like a little bit of surface rust here. Not sure what that is. Headlight brackets aren't broke. Front support, dirty. Oh, yeah, so I'm using a pole here because the hood prop is broken off. I'm sure this pops right out, so I might try to see about sourcing one of those because obviously this is embarrassing. Yeah, headlight. passenger side strut, block the sun. And we haven't actually cleaned the inside of the engine bay. We'll do that for you as well. We haven't gotten there yet. We ran out of time on the weekend. All right, I will do an engine start. I did move the car, so it's not technically a cold start. Fires right up, there's no issue. Clutch feels good. Oh, the clutch feels really soft because I believe it is a factory clutch. When I move it, the brakes are a little loud. At first it was worse than it is now, so maybe it had just been sitting a while, and as I was driving it, the brakes actually probably, I don't know, loosened up a little bit. The e-brake is fine. I'll go over the interior in a minute. Idling is fine. They actually gave us a half a tank of gas, which is very rare. Muffler sounds good, but of course factory. There's no smoke coming out of it. Running engine, sounds like a stock engine. There's no issues. There's no weird belt sounds. No idling issues. Well maintained, 133,000 kilometers, so it's not too bad. I don't see a sticker that says the timing belt has been changed. Usually they will say if it's been changed, they'll leave a sticker. Alright, interior, sun is shining right on it in a white car in the early morning. It's kind of difficult, but I'll do the best I can. Driver's side door is light. You know, there's no peeling or tearing of this armrest. Maybe it's a little dirty here. I did try to clean it. The seats were horrendous. I did show you the video of us cleaning that. I mean, it was completely black cake here and over here. So they're sagging on the driver's side. The passenger seat's good. There's no sagging on it, but you know, the factory red Recaros, they look great. They're only a little bit of a tear here, but it hasn't gone through yet. Just want to be careful on this side. Passenger, there's no tears on it. They still need a little bit of extra work, maybe with an extractor to really make them pop. It's tears here, maybe from being connected to the factory spot. It just tore over time. They could be steam cleaned as well. But everything looks factory. ETC machine that you won't use. The worst of the interior is this, I believe. Not exactly sure what would cause this to happen. Airbag, I mean, I don't think it's been deployed. The steering wheel, it's got some scratches and like old chips, you know, like it's just really dry, but it's still smooth, which is good. 133,000 kilometers. Dash, there's no cracks. Glove box, straight. The head unit, all the knobs look very clean. There's no chip paint or wear and tear on that. The carbon fiber here looks factory. These can be replaced, but there's no signs of smoking on that. Shift knob, boot, e-brake. Passenger carpet looks a little better than the driver carpet. Passenger door as well. There's no damage on it, no scratches, hardly any kick marks down on the bottom. Up top, no, there's no, well, there's a little stain here. Might see if I can get that out. I didn't notice that before. But these don't look like they've been grabbed a million times by the dirty fingers that the seats showed. The rear as well, I did spend a long time cleaning that. You know, they came out, you know, pretty much perfect. There's missing the cover here. Maybe we can try to source that. That's clean. Let's go to the trunk. The trunk is a little more difficult to do. It has a spare tire in the bag here. It's got a cover for the steering wheel. I'm gonna turn the video off and get this stuff out of here. All right, the trunk, like I mentioned in the interior video, it's missing the cover here. But there's no scratches or wear and tear along there. Trunk liner, back of the seat, and it's kind of sagging there. And the carpet, this is like sunk in there. It's not, this is kind of like warped. And the spare tire is sitting down there. I don't know if that's a real spare tire or what. There's brush marks there, and brush marks there. There's a lot of rust in this hole here. I don't know if that's a drain hole or not. But overall, you know, it looks very clean. To the underbody if I can. To the jack points. It's not smashed up. Factory wheels. We cleaned the outside and tried to clean the inside. The inside is just really pitted and rough. I don't think that's gonna easily clean up, but the outside, a little bit of scuff. The driver's side has a big scratch in it. I'll show you. Passenger front, driver's side front. And driver's side rear has the scratch right there. I mean, it's a big gash taken out here and here and here. All right, last I'm gonna do is electronics check. Car on. not so hot, 24 degrees. See about the AC getting cold. Let me turn on the hazards, the headlights, CD player. I don't exactly know where the on button is. It's got a light on in there, which has power. I'm not so sure about that. All right. Well, inside the car. Retractable mirrors, both work, open. Now it's kind of jumped a little bit, but it's still open. Adjusting, right side works. Adjusting, left side works. Windows down, windows up. The right side won, the left side was a little slower. Oh, no horn. Maybe no airbag. I mean, there's no light on that says, you know, that's seatbelt, e-brake, door open, but no horn. Oh, sorry. There's a horn. I'm an idiot. I'm kind of scared about hitting that airbag. Headlights are on, blinker. Headlights on, blinker. The side marker as well. Tail lights on, blinker. Tail lights on and blinker. Okay. I don't believe the air should be cold now. Yeah, it's already cold. Feels good. Now it's just the radio I don't know so much about. I mean, there's not a I don't see a power button per se. But everything else checks out.